Greetings loyal subscribers and honoured guests. It's been a little while since I last did a pickups video, so I have built up a fairly large pile of things to show you over the last couple of months. So without further ado, let's get started going through each one. So the first thing is Jak and Daxter, The Lost Frontier on the PSP. I was a big fan of the original Jak and Daxter trilogy on the PS2, and not so much a fan of Jak X, but for whatever reason I never got around to buying the PSP sort of sequel spin-off until now. I think it's because it wasn't developed by Naughty Dog, so there was a bit of hesitance to buy it. And I thought it probably wasn't as good as the source material, and indeed it appears not to be, but it's a pretty good effort anyway. So yeah, I've tried it out, and the graphics are very impressive, so I shall play that longer at some point, probably when I'm back at work. So the next game is an Xbox 360 title, and it's Saints Row 4. This was only a £5 in cash converters. It is the Commander-in-Chief edition, but the codes have already been used, so it's basically the bare bones without online or co-op or anything like that. But I'm not really that bothered about any of that stuff. I just want to play through the game. For some reason I never got into Saints Row 3 that much. I've started it a couple of times and not really found it that compelling, but I like Saints Row 4 much more from what I've played. Played about 4 hours of it, so I may well carry on with that. The next one is another Xbox 360 title, and it is the Monkey Island Special Edition Collection, which is the special editions of Monkey Island 1 and 2 that they did in 2009, I think. Surprisingly a long time ago now. Seems like just yesterday. But yeah, I bought this because I had a general hankering to replay the Monkey Island series, and also I am intending to do a whole series of videos on the channel once PS2 Tuesdays is finished on each game. So there'll be 9 there'll be 9 episodes in total, including the 5 Telltale episodes that they did. So yeah, I look forward to that. So I just realised the next one on the list wasn't actually a new game. So after that we have Sam and Max, The Devil's Playhouse. This is came about as a direct result of picking up the Monkey Island games. Actually, I realised there were quite a few other Telltale series that I hadn't got. So a while back I picked up a really cheap copy of Sam and Max Season 1 on the Wii, and now I've found Season 3 for £2.99 on the PC. I would like to find the Wii version of Season 2, because I prefer to play it on there as opposed to the PC, but it's a little bit pricey, so I probably will take the plunge at some point and complete the trilogy, but not just yet. I'm gonna have a little sip of juice. The next game is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I played through the first world, and it is a lovely looking game. Fairly challenging, as you would imagine from this particular series. This one is developed by Retro Studios instead of Rare, and who also did the previous game on the Wii. And it seems they've done a very good job of it. It's been out for a while, but I waited for the price to come down a little bit before picking that one up, because Wii U games can be expensive. Right, so the rest of the pile is all PlayStation 2 stuff. And the first one is Star Wars Racer Revenge. I haven't even tried this yet. £3. It is complete with the manual, so that's pretty good. The next one is Total Overdose, which was £1.50. Again, I haven't had again, I haven't had a chance to try this yet. And I do know it's a sort of open world game like Saints Row and that sort of thing. And it's got a very sort of wacky sense of humour, as if it was a Robert Rodriguez project like Desperado or something. Next one is the original Mafia, and yet again I haven't played it yet. £3. I bought this because I really enjoyed Mafia 2. And funnily enough, shortly after picking this up, Mafia 3 was announced, so that's cool. Again, I need to put this in and give it a try. So, and the next one is Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. Now, I hadn't realised that some time ago I bought this exact same game on the PSP, but having it on the PS2 as well is alright. Complete again, including a map. And yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the street racing style of game, but it's worth adding to the collection. The next one is Toka Race Driver. I featured Toka Race Driver 3 earlier this year on PS2 Tuesdays, and this is the original. This had a bit more emphasis on the story, and not quite as much variety in the different racing disciplines. It was all sort of different varieties of touring car in this one, as opposed to buggies and all sorts of other types. That's because the roots of the series is a touring car series, so you would expect that to be the main draw of the game. So for 75p, I couldn't really pass that one up. And next, for £1, we have Dr. Muto. Again, another one that I haven't tried yet. Most of these PS2 games I haven't had a chance to play properly yet. I shall probably play a little bit of each one of them this week while I'm off work. I think Dr. Muto, by all sort of reviews, is fairly average, not up there with the best platformers, but again, it was £1, so I'm not too upset about that. Next we have Gun, which was sort of a very, very late PS2 release, and it also came out on the then next-gen systems like the PS3 and the Xbox 360, which are probably the better versions. But once again, this was another game that was only £1, so kind of impossible to pass up. Second, well, not second, sorry. Next is the Tasmanian Tiger 2 Bush Rescue. As a lot of you will know, if you watched the video I did on the first time Tasmanian Tiger, I enjoyed it a lot, and yeah, it's a surprisingly good little platformer. It's not that challenging, but worth playing, I think. And this sequel was only £2.50. It changes things up quite a bit, I think. There's more emphasis on combat and vehicles, which is a bit of a shame. Jak and Daxter did the same thing, really, and I would have preferred a sort of straight platforming game. But I shall play through this and probably enjoy it. Unfortunately, the Tasmanian Tiger 3 never came out in PAL regions, unless I think it did come out on Australia, but I shall probably import an American copy at some point if I get round to wanting to play number 3. So we've got 2 more games on the pile, so I'll hurry through this now because the video is getting pretty long. The next one is Broken Sword. I think it's Broken Sword 3, yeah, the Sleeping Dragon. I loved the first 2 point-and-click Broken Sword games back when they came out, but never got around to playing anything after that, so I'm looking forward to playing through number 3, and then probably playing number 4, although that's the worst one of the bunch from what I've heard, and then number 5 is just about to come out on the PS4 and looks really good. So, and finally, also part of my Monkey Island project is Escape from Monkey Island on the PS2. And I'm very glad to have found this, and I have tried it out. And I would say this is better than the PC version, even though the load times are noticeably longer, because you have direct control over Guybrush with the stick. So it's way nicer to control the game. In addition to that, I also downloaded ScumVM on my computer and installed Curse of Monkey Island. I still have my original discs from that way back when it came out, but they no longer work on modern operating systems. So ScumVM is the best way to play that game. So that's everything I have to show you for now. I do have another game turning up on Tuesday, which is Mad Max for the Xbox One. Sorry. And the other thing I picked up is Rare Replay, which you will know if you saw my first episode on Jetpack. I am working on playing through Banjo-Kazooie right now. It will be a little while longer before I'm done with that. So episode 2 will probably be Banjo-Kazooie. I might sort of slip something in before that though, which is quicker to play, like one of the NES games, just so I'm not leaving you hanging too long without another episode. So I shall stop there and say thanks for watching, and for now take care, and I'll be back with another video on Tuesday.